Welcome back, Holistic Soul Sisters. It's me, Mandy Rose, your Relational Astrologer. And in today's video, we are going to talk all about the upcoming solar eclipse happening in the zodiac sign of Taurus. You can see today that I am filming from a different location in my home because the eclipses have already impacted me personally and created bombs in my home. Literally every room is under construction. So I'm here in my room doing what I can do to roll with the punches. That's what eclipse season is all about, is going with the flow, taking the opportunity for change, and understanding that everything that comes your way during eclipse season is for your greatest and highest good. It's up to you to incorporate it into your life, to look at it with positivity, and to move forward. So we're gonna dive in this video talking all about the upcoming eclipse, the new moon that's happening in Taurus. I'm gonna talk to you guys about some transits and what the other planets are doing around the time of this eclipse to help guide us. Like each planet is a life coach to us, trying to teach us a lesson. So I am going to give you that message. And lastly, like I do with all new and full moon videos, I'm going to give you some rituals or activities that you can do around the time of this new moon eclipse to maximize the energy and to propel you forward in your journey. So let's go ahead and dive right into the basics of this new moon eclipse. This eclipse is happening on Saturday, April 30th at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's happening at 10 degrees of Taurus. So you're going to want to go ahead and grab your birth chart and look to see if you have any planetary placements, any significant things going on at 10 degrees of Taurus, but you can also go ahead and look at any of the fixed zodiac signs. So that is going to be 10 degrees of Taurus, 10 degrees of Leo, 10 degrees of Aquarius, or 10 degrees of Scorpio. All of those will be heavily impacted by this specific eclipse. And what is a new moon? Let's go ahead and back it up for a second and remember what new moons are about. New moons are all about new beginnings, new chapters opening, new perspective, new opportunities. It is bringing newness into our life. And whenever we have a solar eclipse, that is a new moon eclipse, making it a new moon on steroids, essentially. So we are diving into this eclipse cycle, starting off with a new moon, which is beautiful because we get a new opportunity or something new coming into our life before the next eclipse happening in 2 weeks on May 15th, which will be a full moon, and full moons are all about releasing and letting go. So right now, this is a new chapter on steroids, new beginnings, new things being eclipsed into our life. Another thing we need to remember about this eclipse cycle is it's the beginning of this 18-month journey. The eclipses in the sky change zodiac signs every 18 months. In the last 18 months, all the eclipses that had occurred were in the zodiac sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. And here we are at the end of April going into a brand new eclipse cycle of Taurus and Scorpio. The North Node is in Scorpio. New moons, new beginnings, new destiny, new chapters unfolding in the Taurus area of our life. But on the flip side, we have the South Node, which is the karmic point of releasing, of letting go, of closing chapters that have weighed us down and served their purpose, but no longer can come with us into this next chapter of our life. So we are beginning this brand new 18-month cycle in Taurus and Scorpio, making this first eclipse on the 30th of April a very pivotal moment in our lives. So in order to better understand this 18-month cycle of all the eclipses occurring in Taurus and Scorpio, let's break down what Taurus and Scorpio represent. To start out with, Scorpio, the South Node, the area where we are releasing and letting go. Scorpio rules our psyche. It rules ego and manipulation and power and control. It rules having access to other people's resources. It rules things like secrets and betrayal and loyalty. So these are areas of our life that we're going to have to release and let go of. Since it rules our deep psyche, our psychological mindset, it's also going to cause us to release a lot of trauma and a lot of fear. Things that have been weighing us down for a very, very long time, but no longer serve us and can't come with us into that next chapter of our life that we're so desperately wanting to walk into, especially after the astrology of 2020 and 2021. Here we are in 2022, starting this new eclipse cycle and really moving forward. On the opposite side of the spectrum, where we're having this new moon here on the 30th, is the North Node. where we are moving into Taurus themes of our life. The North Node in Taurus, moving towards Taurus themes. So let's dive in. What is Taurus represent? Taurus is the bull, so it deals with creating and building. It wants to plant the seeds to create the changes of life. Taurus rules the financial system, so money and resources and possessions, material items. Taurus rules Mother Nature, so agriculture and food. Taurus also rules our value system, what we love and who we love and how long we love them. Taurus also rules the physical body and the five senses, what we like to smell, what we like to taste. It's all about the sensuality and the pleasure of life. So Taurus also rules holistic health and medicine. These areas are all areas that as a society, as a collective, as a globe, we are energetically going to walk into new chapters, new beginnings, new starts in all of these areas. And there's going to be some volatility and shakeups as we move along that journey. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment when we talk about the other planets that are involved with this eclipse. But for now, let's remember that the Taurus themes, the Taurus areas of our life is where we are going to be expanding and creating new chapters. So we can see financial systems shook up with new ways of investing money, new ways of exchanging money, new ways of defining money energetically. We can see new ways of having holistic health and medicine or Mother Nature being involved in our life. We can see new ways of valuing things, new value systems. We can see new resources and assets coming our way. So a lot of newness. And this is the beauty in eclipses. Is remember, eclipses are all about external circumstances that happen to us. We don't need to necessarily do anything around eclipses. It's the universe's way of putting us back on track where we've gotten off track. Our only responsibility around eclipses is to being open to new ways, being open to new paths, and to hearing the call from the universe and being open to taking the steps, to opening the doors and going with the flow of whatever is eclipsed in and whatever is eclipsed out of our life. I dive way more into all of this over on my TikTok. I started a TikTok all about astrology. If you go to TikTok or find it in the link in the description box below, just type in the Relational Astrologer. You'll find my account, and I have a two-part series talking all about these eclipses. And Taurus is all about mine, my resources, my money, how I make money, my value system, my self-care, my self-love, my self-pleasure. So it's all about you creating newness for what you want in that new chapter. Taurus is about planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow. This is such a beautiful opportunity for us to dive into the feminine side of ourselves. Where the North Node is in Taurus, that is ruled by Venus. So feminine energy, going with the flow, receptivity, finding beauty and love and harmony in life again. And then the Scorpio area where we need to release and let go of, where the South Node is ruled by Mars, the masculine energy. So there's a lot of toxic masculine energy that we all need to release personally, but definitely collectively in society. So that toxic masculine is the need to control and letting our ego determine things and manipulating circumstances to get what we want or take what we deserve from other people. Venus in Taurus, that energy is all about the universe is going to give me the abundance. The universe is going to provide. I receive what I am worth. I receive my values. But Scorpio is more like, I'll take what I want. It's more manipulative. So we're gonna let that go and go with the flow of life. So let's dive in now to understanding what the other planets are doing at the time of this eclipse, because they're all very monumental in teaching us lesson and help guide us through this new chapter, new change of the eclipses. Let's pull up the chart here. We can see from the chart where the sun and the moon are located, both of them being at 10 degrees of Taurus, indicating that it's a new moon. And very close by, we can see the little horseshoe symbol. The upright horseshoe is the North Node. That's the ecliptic point. And we can see that it's at 22 degrees of Taurus, making it a partial eclipse because it's not directly on top of the sun and the moon, but it's nearby, making it a partial eclipse. So first of all, what's really important to talk about is, again, the ruler of the eclipse, and the ruler is Venus. Because the eclipse is happening in Taurus, the ruling planet of Taurus is Venus, so where is Venus in the chart? Well, Venus is in the most beautiful aspect today on the 30th of April. She's in Pisces and she is conjunct Jupiter. This is so beautiful. Jupiter and Venus in astrology are what we call the benefic planets, the beautiful planets, the ones that bring us blessing and make us feel so good. And on the day of this eclipse, they are conjunct. They are together in the sky. They are connected, bringing us so much abundance and beauty in this new chapter. They are supporting the blessings if we move into this new direction. Even if they're sudden, even if they are unexpected, even if they are uncomfortable, if we walk through the door, we can see that Jupiter and Venus are going to bless us. They are in the zodiac sign of Pisces. We can see a lot of energy happening in Pisces over here. And Pisces is the spiritual sign. It is connected to the divine. It is limitless. It is boundaryless. It is like this expansion of creativity and this expansion of anything you want to be true. It's about dreaming really, really big. Pisces is a dreamy sign. It is about seeing the impossible become possible. And so we have Jupiter, which is all about bringing us opportunities, blessing, expansion, and growth in his home sign of Pisces, love in his life. You got Venus, who is infinite love, who is opening up to all possibilities, who's helping us create and tap into our feminine energy in a limitless way, as long as we move forward in these eclipse cycles. Now, we also have the planet Mars hanging out in Pisces as well. And Mars is the planet of action. He actually rules Scorpio. So all the eclipses that happen with Scorpio, Mars is the opposite ruler of the eclipses. Remember, Venus in Taurus, Mars rules Scorpio. So we have to pay attention, of course, to where Mars is during all the eclipses as well. So Mars is also in Pisces. Now this chills him out a little bit because Mars is a fiery sign. He loves to take action. He loves to do. He loves to make stuff happen. But Pisces is a water element. So it's kind of like slow and steady, go with the flow, and he puts out the fire of Mars just a little bit. However, since Mars is action, and Pisces rules our dreams and our connection to the divine, Mars is here in assistance, helping us pursue our dreams, helping us to pay attention to our dreams. This is a great time to have a dream journal or to journal out your dreams and just pay attention to the divine guidance that you have. Mars is helping us, again, take action on the things that we love. Venus helping us reach our manifestations of Jupiter, create more blessing. And really, this is just an opportunity to connect to our intuition. That feminine energy of Venus, Venus ruling Taurus in the eclipses, is allowing us to go with the flow instead of forcing all the time, of just self-care, self-pleasure, tapping into making decisions based on intuition and what brings you pleasure. This last chapter of our life that we're ready to close, I've seen and heard from so many people that we're just kind of over it, over forcing life, of working 80 hours a week, of doing things because you have to do them. And people are just exhausted. They want to go back to the simplicity of life, of enjoying Mother Nature, ruled by Taurus, healing their bodies using the earth and holistic medicine, Taurus, wanting to embrace their value system of their family and time off and traveling or whatever your values are. We are having a call to reassess our values, right, and place priority on them, Taurus. We're having this call around money. People are so sick of working so hard for just this piece of paper that at the end of the day means nothing because it doesn't bring you happiness. So instead, people are offering to barter and trade services or reevaluating the energetic of a dollar, right? So this is a very beautiful time. And we can see in the astrology that we have a lot of Pisces healing energy. Pisces is about healing. It's about clearing energy. It's about ending of a chapter. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. So we are just ready to cleanse and purge, reset, heal physically, mentally, spiritually, and move on to the next chapter of our life that is purely based on pleasure, that is based on our true values, and that's based on our connection to the divine and to the earth. It is a beautiful new chapter, but it does not come easily. And that is because this eclipse cycle is involved also with that Scorpio toxic energy that needs to come out, that needs to be released. So we can also see here in the chart that we have a very active planet in alignment with this eclipse. So at the moment of this eclipse, we have to bring up our dear friend Uranus. Oh my gosh, Uranus is the rebel. He's the revolutionary. He's all about forward movement. He likes to move fast, quick. He does lightning bolt changes. He loves to just jackhammer things out of your life so fast you didn't even see it coming. So Uranus is all about forward momentum, and he is conjunct the eclipses. So we can see from the chart, the sun and the moon are at 10 degrees and Uranus is at 14 degrees. He is right next to this eclipse energy, bringing the volatility, bringing the forward momentum, bringing sudden, unexpected changes and disruptions into our life. He is the revolutionary. He's the great awakener. He's the liberator. He's going to help us take the shackles off of ourselves that we put on ourselves. You've probably put yourself in a job that you've been working at for so long that you despise, that you can't take it anymore. And the only one that can make you leave that job is yourself, taking the shackles off, making the decision. But oftentimes we cannot make difficult decisions. And that's the beauty of eclipses, because eclipses are going to get you back on track. But not only that, this time around, we also have the assistance of Uranus. Uranus is going to blow stuff up so fast. So it's uncomfortable, right? Because if you weren't preparing for it, or maybe you wanted it, but in the back of your head and you didn't expect to have the change so fast, it can be jolting. That's Uranus, jolting. But again, he is meant to propel you forward. So all eclipses are a little dramatic. They are new moons that are on steroids, but when Uranus is involved, it's even more jolting. And this hasn't happened in an eclipse cycle for a decade. So it's been a long time since Uranus has been involved with an active eclipse cycle. So a little bit more volatile. I know so many people already, if you've been feeling this energy, it started really when the sun entered Taurus back on the 20th of April. So go back, think back to last week. This is when the energy, when the sun entered Taurus, it brings light, heat, vitality, illuminates that part of the sky, bringing in that hot energy of change. So many people have already been feeling change, have been experiencing change, have had external circumstances happen to them that now they're having to roll with the punches and get the newness, a new car, a new job, a new relationship, a new place to live, a new opportunity, a new business, a new everything. So if you're getting new opportunities, listen, pursue, be open, because eclipses again happen in the 1-2 punch. So the first punch is now. Then we're gonna have a second round of eclipses in October and November. If you didn't get on track, if you haven't been doing the changes you need to do, the universe is gonna give you the second punch of get back on track. Get back on track. This is what you need to do. This is the job for you, or you do need to leave that circumstance. And then if we don't listen by then, the third punch of eclipses, which happens next spring, is really gonna smack us in the face. So hopefully by then, that's not the case. You're on track, you've made some adjustments, you've let go of some control and some manipulation, you let go of some trauma and betrayal and secrets of that Scorpio area of your life, and you've grown towards some self-care and more sensuality and increased resources and new financial situations, new jobs, new investments, new way of living your life that is more in alignment with the earth and healing. And then we get to open the new chapter. Also, we cannot forget at the time of this eclipse, Pluto went retrograde. Pluto officially started his retrograde cycle the day before this eclipse on April 29th. He is going retrograde in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. For America, this is a big deal because America is going through its Pluto return. So Pluto is exactly in the same part of the sky that he was on the day that America was born, and now he's going retrograde, making us revisit some of those things that came up back in February in the United States. He will be almost exact in his retrograde on the 4th of July, bringing out another reactivation. And remember, Pluto rules the underworld. He's all about the death and rebirth cycle. He crumbles structures. He destroys things. He makes them ashes so that you can rebuild and rise from the ashes like the phoenix. And so Capricorn rules institutions, governmental systems, structure of things. And so Pluto is going to destroy the structures and institutions that don't work anymore. And we're really going to start to see this in the American society happening over the course of this next year. Destruction of everything from healthcare, the monetary system, politics, religion, the way that the government is run, just so many things that need an overhaul. And it's going to be uncomfortable. Again, it's meant to happen so that we can rebuild stronger. Taurus, right? Taurus is the builder energy. It's all about creating security and stability and a strong foundation for us to build upon so things don't fall apart in the future. And the eclipses are helping shift that because Taurus rules the financial system, Taurus rules resources and agriculture, and Uranus is the blowing up of the things. He brings that sudden jolting change, and Uranus is electric. He rules technology, he rules innovation and new inventions. So this is a very monumental time that we'll see go down in history. And it's just starting now with this first eclipse of an 18-month cycle. So we have Pluto going retrograde. Mercury at the time of this eclipse is gearing up for his retrograde, so he's in what we call its pre-shadow phase. He has officially entered Gemini the day before this eclipse, his home sign of Gemini, and whenever Mercury's in Gemini, he is using the mind to analyze, to collect data, collect information. So our minds are going to be in this very busybody monkey mind of trying to get as much information as we possibly can, especially after this eclipse happens, and to make sense of it. And then Mercury is going to retrograde on the 10th of May, right before the next eclipse happens, the full moon in Scorpio. And he's going to retrograde from Gemini all the way back into Taurus, revisiting Taurus themes, using our mind to reassess, reanalyze, redo, recommit. We're going to have to go back and redo something that wasn't quite done properly because we didn't have the information we needed before the eclipse. And so after the eclipse, with the information we gathered in Gemini, we're going to have to go back and apply it in the Taurus area of our life. So a lot going on between now and the next eclipse, but my best advice again is self-care, connect with Mother Nature, figure out your value system, be open to receiving new opportunities, and just, again, heal the trauma you need to heal, because Scorpio is going to force it. The South Node and the eclipses in Scorpio are going to bring up the fears, going to bring up the trauma, going to bring up the control and the ego and the manipulation and the things that are weighing us down. So the more headway you can do now, the more healing and clearing you can do, the easier and smoother it's going to be for the universe to transition you into the next chapter of your life. And of course, before I leave this video with you guys, I'm going to give you some activities and rituals you can do around this new moon to help maximize its potential and allow the eclipses to go a lot smoother for you. So the first thing that I would do around this new moon is definitely write out a dream luxury shopping list. Because Taurus rules material resources and it rules money, this is a new moon, which is all about new opportunity. We have Jupiter in his home sign of Pisces, which is all about dreaming really big, and Jupiter brings blessings and opportunities. And Venus is hanging out with Jupiter in Pisces, where she is all about creating the life that we desire. So sit down and instead of setting an intention or trying to manifest, write down that luxury shopping list. Get wild, get crazy, write down in specific everything that you would buy if you had unlimited resources so you can already prepare yourself for the life that you're going to be creating. The second thing I would do around this new moon is to take some time outside in nature, connect with Mother Earth. Get out and put your feet in the ground. Taurus is an earth energy, so it's all about being grounded and being stable and being strong. Put your feet in the sand or in the dirt. Get out there and just lay in the sun and allow the rays of the sun to ground you. Even going on a nature walk and getting in the trees and experiencing the animals and the plants. This would be such a great opportunity to connect with Mother Nature and to respect Mother Nature, because I have a feeling that Uranus being sudden jolting change and rebelling, being in the zodiac sign of Taurus, which rules Mother Nature, we're going to see Mother Nature start to rebel against us. There is going to be some natural disasters. There is going to be some crazy weather. There is going to be some awakening. Uranus is the awakener from Mother Nature for us to love her, Venus, to appreciate her, Taurus, our value system, and to connect more with her. So at the time of this new moon, get out there and connect with Mother Nature. And the third thing I would do around the time of this new moon is start to work on releasing some fears. Because again, as we prepare for that full moon in Scorpio in just 2 weeks, that is going to illuminate, the full moon highlights the things in our life that need to be released and let go of. And so if there is some areas of your life that it is time to let go of, a fear that has been weighing you down. Maybe it's a fear of opening a business, a fear of leaving a relationship, a fear of moving to a new location, a fear that is holding you back from your destiny, a fear that is preventing you from living your best life. It's time to start exploring that, diving into that, challenging yourself to release it. And so at the time of this new moon, really write down, I would do some journaling around what's the worst thing that could happen? Why do I have this fear? Like really just start to explore it, because the universe is going to force you and challenge you to get over it so we can move on into the next chapter. All right, so that was a lot. Again, follow me over on TikTok as I give you guys way more astro forecast information. You can hop over and follow us on Instagram at holistic.soul.sisters, where you're going to get astrology content, holistic health and medicine, spiritual content, and so much more about living a holistic lifestyle and connecting your physical body to the spiritual world. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, which will be the full moon eclipse happening in the zodiac sign of Scorpio. All right, everyone, I wish you a happy eclipse season. Enjoy the changes and roll with the punches. I will catch you over on TikTok, Instagram, or in my next video here on YouTube.